It's really interesting, and I don't know about you, but for me, as I watch things online, go to YouTube, look for good information, whenever it comes to personal development, there's a common theme I hear a lot, and it has a little bit of ego attached to it. It has a little bit of bravado. It's you and I are not the same. I work my ass off. I do this. I do that. And you have a miserable life because you don't. And honestly, today, I kind of want to challenge that a little bit because I disagree that there's only two types of people in this world. The people that get along and the people that don't. The people that work hard, the people that don't. Like, that's so inclusive and really separating a humanity that every single one of us is so unique. Just like the stars that are in the sky, there are millions of different types of personalities, of behaviors, of motivators, of experience that shape and shift us. So whenever I'm sharing material about how I transformed my life, how I took some powerful tools that I found along the way and applied them to my life to create amazing results, I'm, really diving into the fact that, okay, you and I are not the same. And you and I are exactly the same, because at the end of the day, when we're talking about trying to make changes in our life, trying to get better, trying to improve circumstances on the outside so we can feel a little better on the inside. And I've been taking a deep dive on this, and I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands of people on this. Every single human that I know, the way that we're very similar, the way that we are alike, is that a basic need. We just want to be loved and appreciated authentically, not superficially, authentically, for who we are to the core. And my journey in personal development has been an interesting one, but my conclusion that I want to share today is the most important relationship in my life is my relationship with me. When I show up and I can unconditionally love myself and accept myself, then I give others the permission to do the same. And so many times in this world, in this time, we're looking for the outside validation that we're good people, in the relationships and the way that people treat us, in the things that show up in our life, whether it be money or experiences. We're all focused on the outside and looking for that validation to tell us what's going on inside of us. Do I deserve more? Am I enough? Is there enough time? Is there enough money? And I'm going to tell you, yes, there is. There's enough of anything and everything you desire. But the first step, the most important step, is you have to make a decision. And I made a decision. I made a powerful decision almost a decade ago. And almost a decade ago, I was, 40 years old. And I, from the outside, looked like I had a very successful life. I had a successful company I owned. I had a very nice home. I had lots of nice vehicles and some toys. I took great vacations. I have 4 beautiful, amazing children. But even on the outside with all of that success, on the inside, I was still finding or looking to find that inner love. I was trying to compensate on the outside with the big house, with the perfect looking lifestyle, for that little wound that I had inside. And am I enough if I just show up as me, or do I have to do more? And so the work that I do every day is guiding, helping individuals on the same path that I took. So from 2014 to 2016, I went through a challenging process in my business, in my professional life, in my personal life. I was just starting, which I didn't know at the time, the process of divorce. So a career change, personal relationship change. My poor 4 children that were kind of trapped in between myself and their mother and our disagreements at the time. My whole world got turned upside down. But from November of 2014 to this year, June of 2023, I've created a whole new life for myself. And I've done it basically from scratch. When I, walked away from my family business, when I stepped away and unfortunately got divorced, or fortunately, I'm not a huge fan of separating families and creating divorce, but there are certain situations, and mine happened to be one of them, that no matter how hard I worked or how much effort I put into it, I was not enough to fix the problems that were going on. And again, I could blame my kid's mother. I could blame the economy. I could blame so many things for my financial struggles back then, for my personal struggles back then. But I won't. I made a decision. I decided to take 100% accountability for my life. I decided that I was responsible for everything in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly. It was all up to me, my thoughts, my actions, my choices. And at the time in 2014, again, I had left a family business, was starting over financially, my health and wellness. I was on a couple of prescriptions for indigestion, heartburn. I'd been recommended possibly to get on some anxiety medication, maybe an antidepressant. My hormone levels were all off. Physically, I was a mess. Financially, I was starting all over. I literally had either lost or in the process of divorce, given everything away. I had 2 black garbage bags full of clothes that were delivered to the house I was staying in. It was a challenging time. And again, I'm just sharing the process and the journey I took so I can help somebody maybe along the way, wherever you are, and hopefully you're in a better place than I was when I started this journey. But you can pick it up, you can start over, you can take all the good things that were with you up to this point, you can grab some tools, work on yourself, your mindset, your heart, your desire, your belief, your persistence, and create some brand new things. So in the health and wellness, I wasn't in the best shape. In my relationships, I was recently single after being married for 20 years. My 4 kids were challenged with their relationship with me because they didn't know, what was happening, why we were going through some of these challenges. And, financially, health and wellness and relationship, I was in a little bit of a mess, and it was time to make some changes. On top of that, my mother had been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. My father was having some health challenges. I mean, you kind of name it. I had a lot of the things that challenge most of us through this lifetime happening at once. Death, divorce, financial challenge, health and wellness of your own. And I made a decision. I deserved a better life on the inside. I didn't need to compensate so much on the outside. I deserved to find a path that included more self-love, more self-acceptance, and hopefully in the process, more of everything that I've been trying to build on the outside, but building it differently. Instead of building it on the outside for validation, building it on the inside from authenticity. Because when you build yourself up full of love and strength and power, you can show up more powerfully and more lovingly for everybody in your life. Like your relationship with yourself is a reflection with your relationship with everybody else. And the more I work on me, the better my life gets, the better relationships I get, the better financial situation I get. And most importantly to me right now, at 50 years old, my health and wellness. I am prescription free. I am on 0 supplements for hormone replacement or anything like that. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole. And I've done it all with the power of my mind. Now, I want to share with you today the most powerful single tool I used. And this letter is dated November of 2014. I saved it. It's called a life script letter. And you basically write present tense right now how you would like your life to be. And when I say how you like your life to be, that's going to take some work because you're going to be responding to everything around you. You can't write down a piece of paper, I'm so happy and grateful for financial success when you're having trouble paying your rent or your mortgage. You can't say I'm happy, healthy, whole when you have some health challenges like I had at the time. But if you will take this exercise seriously, if you will get either a pen and paper or I type mine out, 2 pages, and write present tense how you want to be. This is my perfect life. This is my perfect health. These are my perfect relationships. Now I did it, present tense. The opening for me was, Dear Heavenly Father, my God, my angels, and my protectors. I am reading this letter of gratitude as I sit in amazement of the life that has been given to me. Again, that was not true. I was saying it as an affirmation in this letter, and then I described what that feels like. And then I did categories: your mind, your health and wellness, your relationships, and your work. Each one of those has a paragraph. The mind. I am so grateful for my strong, clear mind. More than any time in my life, I'm able to see things as they should be, and my decisions are made easily and quickly. Wasn't true at the time, but I wanted it to be. Health and wellness. At this time, I'm happy to say I'm physically in the best shape of my life. And I go on. My chest and arms are defined and sculpted. My skin is clear and healthy. None of that was true at the time, but I had to write it down first before I could start believing it and before I could start pulling it into my experience. Relationships. Like I said, 2014, I was 2 years outside of divorce. I didn't know it at the time. And when I wrote this part of relationship, I wasn't specific. I was open to my relationship getting better. I was also open to it ending and finding a new one. I love the relationships I have in my life. To have the kind of companionship I have is truly a blessing. I finally feel like I have the physical and emotional. Again, I'm describing the relationship I want, not the one I have. I am so happy, and this is the work part. I am so happy and thankful I finally feel I found my calling in life. My career is so filling that at the end of every day, I've hardly worked at all. I feel like I've hardly worked. Now, the back of it has some more information. I talk about the financial success, the home of my dreams, the cars that I'm able to drive, the vacations I'm able to have. It's what do you want and how do you want to feel? In the very end, I do a lot of gratitude. Finally, I'm so thankful for the human being I've become. I'm glad to be able to make my mark on this earth and have such a positive influence on so many lives. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my blessings. Thank you for my relationships. And I go on and on with gratitude. Thank you for watching over me. Thank you. And I actually took this letter, once I got the letter typed out, I took it to the next step. And I recorded myself like I am today, reading the letter. I played some cheesy Ed Sheeran music in the background to really evolve the emotion. And then I sat back and I let God all take its course. And now I didn't read this every day. I did a lot of other work that I can describe in future videos, or if you have questions, you can reach out to me. But this was the starting point. Writing this letter, making a video. I still have the video, just like I still have the letter. And when I watched that video, I don't know who that man is. That man was a little broken. That man was full of insecurities, lack of self-love, and was pretty discouraged at what he created, not on the outside. And this is no affront to anybody who was part of his life at that time. He just had a lot of work to do, and I'm so glad I helped him find it. So today's message is personal development is a choice, right? Change is going to happen, and how you deal with it depends upon the work you've done on the inside. You know, when something happens, do you say it's good? Do you say it's bad? Or do you say it is, and now I get a chance to make it good? I used to be the previous statement, I am the latter. I make every situation work for me the best I can, and I've done a lot of work in my mindset, but the journey began with a single letter. So challenge you, go out, write your life script, your life as a movie. Describe every detail, the beautiful life you live, and then get in the energy of that, get in the vibration, visualize it every day. What does it feel like? Because I can tell you, as I've stepped into situations, the relationship I'm currently in, which is the most beautiful, amazing romantic relationship I've ever been. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with Miss Caitlin. My health and wellness, this healthy, happy body, the cars I drive, the house I purchased, it all feels just like I thought it would. And it's amazing. So go out there, have an amazing day. And as always, remember, enjoy the ride. It's a good one. Thanks for listening.